Hey folks, today we're diving into the buzzing world of tinnitus, also known as the sound of silence, but way more annoying. Whether you call it tinnitus or tinnitus, both are fine, just like debating if it's tomato or tomato. Now, I've had this ringing in my ears for years. It's like I'm stuck in an audiology booth on repeat. Sometimes, during a hearing test, I can't tell if the noise is real or just my ears playing tricks on me. It's a common experience for many of us. The VA has a nifty program called Progressive Tinnitus Management. Think of this as a masterclass in managing the relentless ringing. You get to learn about tinnitus and strategies for coping with it. While they can't fix tinnitus, and sorry, no magic here, but the program can help you cover it up or distract you from it. Sometimes it's as simple as turning a fan on. A little white noise in the background can work wonders. People say they do much better in the summer because the air conditioning is loud. If it gets really bad, they have gadgets, noise generators, fancy pillows, even devices that look like hearing aids but put a different sound in your ear. These hearing aids are like Swiss Army knives for tinnitus relief. They amplify the sound and mask the ringing. Let's talk about noise levels. In the military, your noise level is often cranked up to 11. After you get out, it might drop to a 4 or 5. When I do outreach and talk to veterans, I always ask, do you have any ringing or buzzing in your ears? It's a yes or no question, but some folks try to get creative with their answers. They might say, oh, only on Tuesday nights when I'm watching game shows. But really, it's almost always a yes. When the noise level's up, you might not notice the tinnitus, but it's still there, lurking in the background. I ask veterans, do you feel like it's there all the time, or just notice it when it's noisy? Or does it actually start and stop? For some, it does start and stop. They might say, it starts, I don't know why, and it goes for a half hour, 3 hours, and then it stops. For some people, tinnitus is a sleep thief. You're in a quiet spot, trying to fall asleep, and suddenly there's a symphony in your ear. During compensation evaluations, the VA doctor asks, when does it start? Often they'll say, when I was in Iraq, it was so noisy, but I didn't hear it. It was when I got home, then I noticed it. People get nervous answering these questions because they're worried about disqualifying themselves or being perceived as lying. It's common, and it's all about being honest. Here's the kicker. The VA doesn't actually test for tinnitus. The VA does a hearing test, which tells a lot about what's going on in your ear because the ringing or buzzing is caused by a damaged ear. Basically, your ear tells your brain there's a sound when there isn't one because it's not working properly. You can have tinnitus without much hearing loss, even with normal hearing, if you've been in noisy environments. The VA can figure out why you might have tinnitus, but there's no definitive test for it. I can't hear it, you can't see it. When the VA does their outreach to veterans, they ask you questions to try to figure it out. Your honesty is crucial. Something a veteran told me a while ago, I hear something. I remember long after I got out the Navy, I was doing something one day and started looking around the room. My wife was staring at me, asking, what's the problem? I said, you don't hear that? She didn't. And I realized it was just me. That's when I decided to go to the VA and get checked out. There's different noises people hear with tinnitus. Ringing, buzzing, clicking, hissing. When asking about tinnitus, I say, do you hear any sounds that you shouldn't hear? This brings out the various types of sounds people experience. Each individual has their own unique experience with tinnitus, and every veteran has their own unique experience with the VA. And something I think is extremely important to know is how the VA deems a condition permanent. This next video will explain all of that.